Okay, so I plugged the other end of the cable into the OBD2 port in the Kia Soul. And then this part just simply screws into the back of the C reader, and I'll screw that in, and it'll probably get power instantly as soon as I screw it in. Again, key still off in the ignition, and back in 1 second. Okay, so when you plug it in, finally, into the C reader, either into the car or into the top, it will load up like this. Car is still not on. The key's in the ignition, but car's not on. This is the initial screen you'll get. This is, sorry, it's dusty sitting out in my car. There's a little plastic screen protector I haven't peeled off yet. I'm just going to leave it on, but it might be causing a little bit of glare, so bear with me there. Anyway, we're at the main menu here. We've got all these options. The one we can look at before anything is battery. So this battery is sitting at 12.5 volts, car off. So that's what your resting battery voltage is. That's not bad, especially in the middle of winter. Snow. So let's go back, and I have to turn the car on without starting. So all the idiot lights come on. So let's go to diagnose, and we're going to hit OK. So it's going to run all of the emissions tests, and see if there's any codes. DTCs in the CCO, 0. No codes. There should be an evap code. So let's say read codes. Okay, there is. There is an evap, a permanent evap code that can't be. There's a evap purge valve under the hood of this car that has never worked in 200,000 kilometers. I cannot get it to stop spitting out that code. There is nothing wrong with it. It's been tested, checked, blah blah blah, back and forth. There is nothing wrong with it. Other mechanics have checked it as well. This car just likes to pretend something's wrong with it. But anyway, it is a permanent DTC. So let's hit the back button, and if there was a code, we could erase it here. It'll say clear reset information. Are you sure? Okay, so that means you hit OK. Turn the ignition on with the engine off, which is what it is. Then you hit OK again. And that means the codes are gone. So let's read codes again. It should be nothing except for the permanent ones. Okay, so let's go back and hit DTC. Oh, it's still showing the 2 permanent ones. Okay. Anyway, so let's go to another thing we can do here. The emissions readiness, it will not be ready because you see the little X's. Okay, evap, EGR, what's HRT? Catalytic converter temperatures. Anyway, these are all systems that need to be checked. Every time your car is started, it will test these things. Especially after the codes have been read, it has to go through certain numbers of drive cycles to determine whether or not the car is emissions ready. If you go for an emissions test, if your state, if your province, if wherever requires an emission test, and you just go and clear your codes with a code reader, go clear them, and then run in and go do a test, it'll say, no, you just cleared your codes with a code reader, you have to drive around a little bit so that we know that the engine's actually working properly, so these codes will reset. Some of these things will check off once there's been a few drive cycles. So we're not going to worry about that now because we know it's not emissions ready because we already went through and erased codes. Data stream should show current data. We won't select, we'll just view everything. Okay, so this is with the engine off. This is coolant temperature because the car was running a few minutes ago. Obviously fuel trim is going to be nothing, we're not moving. Manifold pressure, so throttle position 5%. That'll probably read even with the car off. Yeah, it will. So when I'm pushing on the throttle pedal, it's showing what the percentage of opening of the throttle is. Anyway, so let's start it and we'll watch this. All of this stuff will change. All the data will change. Oops. The temperatures won't change, but the manifold pressures and stuff, those are going to change. RPMs, vehicle speed, timing advance, oxygen sensor output, fuel trim, bottom one, O2 output voltage. It should change with different temperatures. It might take a second on and off. Oh, yep, 4.2, 20.3. Short-term fuel trim should change. Oh no, that's pre-programmed. That's closed loop. So that probably is not changing right now. Time since engine start, distance traveled, obviously not. Number of warm-ups since DTC's cleared, 0. Distance traveled. Cat temperature. Okay. Let's see what else we can read on this. Evap system, well, that'll all be on here, is it not? The evap was on here. There's a separate screen for that. Positive I saw evap on here. Evap system vapor pressure. It is on here. It's probably a more substantial evap test, depending on whether it's supported by the car or not. Yeah, no, it's not. This is all, I think, also on that data graphic we just had. No, this is another, this stuff will have to be, I'm assuming you'll have to start the car in this mode in order to read these, this specific screen. O2 sensor is probably going to be the same. Yeah, they're reading off of the first, because this is a deeper check into the O2 sensor voltages and stuff, and I don't know if that one's even necessary because all the data stream has it on there anyway. Freeze frame is not supported in this vehicle. Some may, some not. Some may not. Do we have anything else on here? Vehicle information. Oh yeah, that's the VIN number. Look away. Please come steal it. It's got 400,000 kilometers almost. It's ready to go. Yeah, and that's about it. It's a good little unit. It does have the USB on the side, micro USB, so you can download the software and firmware updates. There is inside the box, it comes with the cable, the USB and micro USB cable to download the software and firmware. This also plugs into a printer if you want to print out your data. Let's go back to the main screen. Yeah, there's the print section. Let's go back because I don't have a printer hooked up. Let's help. Okay, so just there's a setup menu, record mode, on or off. Units of measure, I'm sure it's imperial and metric, yep. And beeper off and on. Let's leave that off because nobody likes beeping. Language, that's self-explanatory, I hope. Lookup would be, DTC lookup, neat. So you can look up all different data codes for if you have a code that you don't understand that you've seen somewhere else or read somewhere else, you can look it up on this. And review would be if you had recorded data stream. Let me see. So this is data stream on this car. Oh, neat. So since it's been plugged in, huh. So it did record some data streams since I plugged this in and out and was testing it earlier. Cool. And I can review those. So delete data streams. Delete the recorded data. Okay. Please wait. Recorded data is deleted. Neat. Review DTCs. So these were the codes that were on there. All right. What's that? Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry, it was just showing here. That was just the VIN number of the car, the DTCs that were on the VIN, or that were recorded under that VIN. I guess if you're reading multiple cars, you have to check and go back through there and make sure it's the DTCs that were recorded by that car. So you could review them and print them or whatever for the customer. So I guess you could use this in a shop and be able to use that for the customer. Again, battery voltage running 13.8, and I think that's about it. It's a pretty good unit. It's nice and sturdy. It's rubberized. It's like, yeah, it's like, I can't explain. It's like a thick rubberized, like a toy, like a kid's toy type of thing, rubberized, like so it won't break, like a Tonka toy type of thing. It feels pretty hefty. Looks like a good unit for what it does. It's not a this is not a mechanics type of unit, because it doesn't allow ABS reading. It doesn't allow codes, ABS, airbags, different things like transmission codes, power windows, what do you call them, CAN bus modules and stuff like that. Those are very expensive readers that are going to have those things on them. This is a generic reader that's going to do most people well. Most people are going to be able to use this every day for fixing most of their problems on most cars. It's going to be perfect for that type of thing and give you the information you're going to need. I'm guessing this one also, I didn't look, does this one, no, it does not reset like oil changes and stuff. Oil change intervals and service intervals, some of them will allow you to do that, but that's again usually the more expensive ones. No, this one doesn't appear to allow that. But it's a pretty neat system. Cool. Anyway, thank you for watching. I will put some information on the website at the bottom of the video if you want to take a look and see where you can get a reader like this, an OBD reader. You can get some cheapy OBD readers for 1/3 the price of this, but they are, again, pretty cheaply made, little tiny suckers that, you know, this is nice and beefy. This has the ability to print. This has the ability to store the codes and review them, so a small shop would be able to use this and store data for different people's cars. And the data stream is nice. A lot of the OBDs do not show data stream. The battery check is nice. A lot of them don't have that either. Most of them, just generally, the cheap ones, do nothing but read codes and give you a code and allow you to erase them, and that's it. This one has quite a few more functions. Again, this is a step up from the most basic OBD code reader. Anyway, thank you for watching. Would I recommend using one like this? Yeah, I would. It depends on what you do. If you just do your most minor things yourself on your car, would like to read when you do have a check engine light on. Generally, check engine lights are going to be covered by a regular OBD2 reader. The most, you know, if you get a specific reader, a mechanic, $1,000 mechanic unit, will tell you different things. Will tell you if your door locks are opening, if your heated seats, that type of stuff. But that's far beyond the scope of a reader in this price range. You're talking $6, $7, $8, $9, probably $1,000 for a reader like that. Much more for professional versions. This is perfect for everyday mechanics who just want to see what your check engine light comes up, what the code is, erase the code, and help you diagnose certain things. You can see your fuel trim, you can see your barometric pressure, you can see your manifold air pressure, you can see how much fuel pressure you have, temperature, engine timing, blah blah blah, all this other stuff, and it can help you diagnose your car. Again, yeah, I would recommend this. It's tiny bit pricier than most of but it has more functions that other ones don't. it's way more durable. I mean, it is a nice, big, beefy, durable unit. It really is. The ability to print is kind of cool. Yeah, I think I would recommend it just for the fact that it's just so beefy and durable. This thing is, you're going to drop it and not wreck it. So just for the fact of this is meant to be dropped. This is like the Casio G-Shock of OBD readers. This is cool. Anyway, thanks for watching. So would I recommend it? Yeah, it's a good price. It's available on Amazon, and again, I'm going to leave the details down below the video in the info section, and I'll leave a link to it. It's durable. It's, you know, it's damn tough. I mean, it's like the tough book of OBD readers. So you could easily see that this can. I don't know if it's waterproof. Oh, should I test it? No. But shockproof. I know it's good down to minus 70 degrees Celsius. It said in the data little data sheet that I was looking at, which is pretty damn cold. It's durable. It does things that other ones don't. It allows you to print. It allows you to store and review data streams that you've record them. It shows a lot of them do not show the live stream data. It does have the battery monitor, which is cool, like just the instant battery monitors. That's kind of neat. Instant emissions button, which is, again, back to normal. The emissions data, which is cool, and the DTC, which is, again, cool, like just a one push, one button thing. And yeah, it does things that the average one doesn't do, plus the fact that it's, you know, it's durable as hell looking. Anyway, thank you for watching. Yeah, I think I would recommend this. Thanks for watching.